Hey everyone, it's Rick Theriault, your Maine real estate guide, and today I had to quickly adjust my my calendar because when you're acting as your own general contractor on a project, and I'm kind of in that role here at the Springfield property, the cabin that we're renovating out here on 45 plus or minus acres, and the spring's been really wet and unkind to the driveway going into my property, and it's been a few weeks trying to get a contractor up here, dirt mover, to get on site, and I got a text yesterday afternoon about 6 o'clock with pictures that they were here. so so when your subcontractors show up on your job site, you make adjustments to get out there and meet them and talk over the situation to make sure that everybody's on the same page. So let me show you what they're doing. You know, as I described in some of the earlier Living the Dream videos where we talked about this road, is I wanted some bony material to build it up, to give it a little bit better base, and that's pretty much what they've been bringing. They've been rolling in here with 10-wheelers full of stone. So let's take a look at what they've been doing here. So here's kind of the entrance to my road, and this is some nice bony material. And they asked if I wanted to top dress this with some gravel, and I think I'm going to forego that, at least this year. I just need a good solid base that I can get in and out of without sinking down into the mud. So we're working our way down to my gate, building up the road with stone, and those dump trucks, when they're backing in here with a load of stone, they're packing it down nice. And as I travel back and forth into the cabin with my pickup truck and a trailer, or my tractor or whatever, it's just going to continually pack this nice bony material down and make a pretty solid base. So I'm pretty excited about the work they've done. I brought my string trimmer in here to cut my grass. I don't have a lawnmower or anything like that in here, so I got a string trimmer and some gasoline, and I'm going to whack down the grass that, for the most part, it's like 3 feet tall, clean it up a little bit. I'd like to get out here this weekend and maybe put a first coat of poly, or at least on some of the interior, on that V-match that I put in last fall and winter, and get some of that protected with some water-based poly. And it's looking like the weather's, today is kind of a humid day, not a great day to spread that kind of stuff. It's not even a great day to do what I'm doing, which is string trimming, but you got to do what you got to do. It's about 87 degrees and about the same level of humidity. But here comes the 10-wheeler backing out. They got to run out to get another load, but I'm pretty excited to have them on site, dumping some material. You know, this is really too big a job for me to do with my pickup truck and tractor, and sometimes you gotta do that. You gotta hire a professional that's got the equipment to come in and do in one day what would take me all summer or more to do with small loads, maybe rent a dump trailer or something. You know, I could have done it, but it would take too long, and I'm too busy in real estate, and I got too many other little projects going on that I just don't have time to stretch this project out for months when I can get it done in days. So stick around, we got a little more work to do today. I'll show you where we finish up. And they're making great progress. Take a little water break. say Gatorade, get some electrolytes back in me. That is a nice machine for handling a lot of material quickly. But, I don't own one. To rent one and haul it out here, I could have done it, but this contractor has it. His grandson's running it, doing a heck of a nice job. Yeah, we're gaining on our slowly. Look at that, nice bony material. I got, I don't know, I'm thinking maybe 10 more loads anyway. It's a lot of material, but it's going to be a nice road. Well, we've made it down to the cabin, and I've trimmed up most of the grass in the on the road on the way in. And I'll have to do a little more later on this week. It's supposed to be a little cooler this weekend, so I'll probably try to get out here and finish my grass trimming and hopefully get some poly on the interior of the cabin, at least a part of it. So let me show you where we're at, how she looks. So I had a tree halfway down here that I got to finish cleaning that up, but I got it cut up into firewood pieces and trimmed the branches off. I'm going to take the branches home and run them through my chipper there rather than just drag them into the woods here. I could do that. I mean, I got 45 acres I could hide them on, but I'll clean it up pretty good and just get it out of here. But yeah, the grass was about 3 feet tall, and so I didn't bring a lawnmower out here. I brought a string trimmer, and it did a pretty decent job. And it's going to help with a couple of things. One, tall grass gives a place for biting insects to hang out, so I've made it a less hospitable place. And also rodents like mice in this cabin, left unchecked, can have quite a population of mice. I caught, I don't know, maybe 50 of them over the course of the winter in some of those bucket traps. So I put a dent in the population. But with the grass trimmed down, if they're scurrying around at night outside and there's an owl flying overhead, he's probably got a better shot at capturing the little bugger before he makes it into the cabin than if it was tall grass where the mouse could hide. But everything is looking pretty good. But that road project was holding up any other projects in here on the interior. And I got to get the propane guys out here to run a new propane line with proper shutoffs and pressure test it and all that. Because the propane line that was here was just put in there by Joe homeowner, and it was probably okay, but you know, put too much effort into the cabin to have it explode on me. so we'll get the gas guys out here to do it right, and that'll be good. Another project that we want to work on this summer here is I want to take that portion of the roof off and redo that here on this screened-in shed in the back of the cabin. And a friend of mine is going to help me. You know, he didn't need to come in here on with my road as bad as it was. Now he could drive right in without damaging his truck, so it's better for everybody. So, but cleaned up a couple of trees here, so I gotta clean up this mess here. This is this was the last owner's woodshed, and all I've got here is a big pile of rotted firewood that I got to clean this up. So I want to, probably when I come in on later this week there, I'll haul those tarps off and just get that exposed, and then when I come in with my tractor, I'll start hauling some of that rotted wood off and just dump it in the woods where it can finish decaying. Because I'll probably use that location or about there to put a little woodshed so I can store some firewood properly with a roof over it. And This is some of the wood I cleaned up today, which probably won't be seasoned for this year, but next year will be ready. But it's a start. Well, it's day 2 of Rick Theriault living the dream. Let's fix that road. Episode, I don't know. I'll figure out what episode number it is. But it's day before the 4th of July, Independence Day, 249th birthday of the United States. Oh, so this property out here in Springfield that I'm working on, this is kind of one of those properties for people that have a strong independent streak, like to do things for themselves, don't mind some hard work and some sweat equity, because working on a property that's 4 miles off the tar isn't the easiest thing in the world to do. It takes some time, takes a lot of effort. And in this case here, I had to hire a contractor that had the equipment, and once he started rolling with the trucks, I just let him roll. Because trying to get a contractor these days sometimes is pretty challenging. I don't know what part of the country you might be watching this at, but there's a shortage of people that do anything anywhere. So when you get someone that's on the job site, you got to make allowances to make it happen. So they did a pretty good job putting down some bony material. Roads, this isn't a boulevard, but it's a lot better than it was. It had great big boulders in it and deep ruts, and for the most part that's taken care of. And I had them stockpile, or we'll see if it's here when I go out. I wanted them, since the trucks are rolling, to drop off a couple of loads of just good gravel. So I have some material on hand to fill a pothole or do a little project, because there's even though I got 45 acres, I don't have a gravel pit on it. So I don't have access to my own material, which is unfortunate. So if you happen to be in the market for an off-grid property and it's got a gravel resource, that's worth some money, because it's convenient to be able to go, and if you got a tractor and can just dip into a bank of good gravel to fill in, work on your own road. It's a pretty handy thing to have. And unfortunately, this property doesn't have it. It does have a lot of other things going for it. It's got a nice water feature. Got a lot of animals that come and go. Geez, I've seen an awful lot of moose and bear and stuff on camera here, so that part's pretty nice. But let me show you what how things are looking here before we wrap up here. So I'm going to drag off those nasty old tarps that were mostly decayed and open up this pile of rotted firewood. So when I come back in with my tractor, I can start hauling this stuff off and just dumping it in the woods, spread it out where it'll just decay on its own. This is nothing more than a place for snakes and mice to hang out, and hornets, or who knows what's living in that old pile of rotted wood. But we'll pick away at cleaning this up, because I'd like to be able to build a nice little woodshed probably in that general area. But I need to make room for it. I cleaned up this pine tree while I was here today that had dropped last year. That was kind of up tight against the building and just holding moisture. And I got to cut a few more of these trees. That bunch of maples there I should take out, because all that shade does is just hold moisture on the building. So I should get that away from the structure, but I'll pick away at it. Rome wasn't built in a day, and but we got everything pretty well cleaned up. But there's no shortage of things to do out here. I'd like to think about how I could get back out here this weekend, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I got quite a few real estate projects in the works, so I got to go work on those. So I'm going to have to take a priority for a little while. But we're making progress day by day. I'm really kind of tickled to I haven't stroked the check yet to pay the contractor for the material, but he's gonna. I'm glad it's here because that was weighing heavy on my mind to get that done because access was becoming harder and harder. So until next time, this is Rick Theriault, your Maine real estate guide on location in Springfield, Maine.